In this video, I'm going to take you through step by step how you can inject $20,000 to $100,000 into your coaching business in the next 30 days. I've helped hundreds of clients in this space. I've personally generated millions of dollars. I've helped my clients generate many more millions. And this is one of our go-to plans if they either see a bit of a dip in sales and we want to push that back up, or they just want to generate a cash influx to bring in cash to reinvest into something else in the business, in their personal life, whatever. Okay, so we're going to walk through this step by step, and then I want you to go and do it, and I want you to go make a bunch of money, have a bunch of fun, and then maybe we can do some work together down the track. Okay, so with that all said, let's dive right in. Okay, so our goal here, pull in 20 to 100K in the next 30 days. A couple little additional points. One, I want you to ignore the long term for now. Okay, now I don't mean go and sell to people you can't help. I don't mean go and do any like crazy shit that's going to put your business in jeopardy or at risk. But what I mean is that like we don't need to always keep things super perfect where, you know, if I do this thing, is it going to get me a return for the next 10 years? We do talk a lot about leverage on this channel, but sometimes when we're going for a short-term cash push or influx, we need to put that thinking to the side for a second in the interest of generating money quickly. Okay, and the third thing is we're gonna have to get our hands dirty, right? Like it's all well and good to have the perfect model and the perfect schedule and be hyper productive all of the time, and like I said, always thinking those really long term things. And that's where you want to be most of the time. But if you're going for a hardcore cash push, we've got to get our hands dirty, and you're going to see what I mean in a moment. Okay, so let me set the scene quickly, because this came off the back of something I did recently with a client who had a bit of a dip in sales, and I wanted to really push them for a month to go hard, okay? And so I just created this for them, and so I just tweaked up a couple of things and obviously took out the confidential, the private information, and figured I'd hook you guys up with it as well, and then you can go and use it, okay? So they have a flagship coaching program that I've helped them craft. I believe it's currently $750 a month. That's kind of the recurring amount. And then there's some different pricing based on if people pay in full, et cetera, et cetera. They've also got like $1,000 course. They've got a couple of other low ticket things. They've got different assets kind of in their ecosystem that ultimately feed that main flagship offer, right? Which is what we encourage our clients to do, so that the business is fueling that main thing, right? And so that might give you a bit more context as we go through a couple of these things. Okay, so let's just literally rip through this plan of attack. Some of these buckets may apply to you, some of them may not. Take the ones that do, and seriously go use this, because you will make money. I gave this to them, and they landed a client within like the first, I think it was in like the first 6 hours. So cash, boom, in the door. Okay, so first things first, go to all of your previous clients who you still have a really good relationship with, and explore options to restart together. Okay, and so I've said this could be re-enrolling into a flagship program if they were in there previously and maybe they left for a certain reason. I literally yesterday had a gent rejoin my inner circle who was one of our very early members. He's recently moved country and his office changed up a bit, and so he wants to come back in and work together again on this new thing. He reached out to me, but if you've got previous clients, get in touch with them, right? This is what I mean, getting your hands dirty. Get on that front foot and talk to them and go and ask them about, hey, do you want to come back, right? To understand where they're at, understand what they're working on, see if there's a way that you can help, and make the offer. Okay, I've also written here custom offers, okay, because there's a chance that they may not be a great fit for your flagship program. And so we do these things called custom offers, and I've got a training on my YouTube channel about this, which I'll get the guys to put the link to below. But this is where you really have a conversation, and we use something that I call collaborative selling, which is let's come up with a really clear plan of what we're going to work on together, and then you do them a custom offer where it's literally customized deliverables. Okay, now this isn't going to be hyper scalable where you end up cutting different deals with lots of different people, but in the interest of a short-term cash influx, totally okay. My clients have done really well with this. So I'll get the team to put the link to this below the video, the training on custom offers, because I'm going to reference that a couple of times through this video. So start there. Start with your previous clients, okay? Next bucket, look at your existing clients. So these could be people that you're working with one-to-one. It could be in your flagship coaching offer. And it goes without saying, as I'm going through this, if you don't have a flagship coaching offer, that's building you MRR, and then you can sell without getting on sales calls, which is what we specialize in helping our clients with. Send me a message on Instagram with the words inner circle, and I can send you details about how I can help you do that. Okay. But if you've got any that are coming to the end of their tenure, right, their time working with you, or potentially you've got people who have already crossed that milestone, but you haven't removed them yet, because sometimes we let people, stay on longer depending on the situation, right? Offer them extensions, okay? Offer them a further 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, depending on the individual, depending on the situation, depending on their goals. Offer to extend them, right? You could even offer some discounts for longer term commitments. I'll let you get into that. You know your business more, and obviously if you want our help, but offer the extension. Some people just never do this. They're like, oh, we're at the end of the 90 days. Where's the next client? Offer them an extension. Understand where they're at, understand what they're working through, and offer to help them with that next phase. This is where you've got to step up and show leadership, okay? Or again, custom offers. If an extension in the existing arrangement doesn't make sense, offer them something else, right? Like it might be that they want more one-to-one time, so you come up with a custom package, right? Or it may be that they don't want a certain piece, so you can come up with a custom package, right? You just get really flexible and creative in order to get the cash in the door. Okay. Next thing here, talk to all engaged members in other courses and programs you run. So I said this client has $1,000 course. So outside of that flagship offer, what other programs are you running, right? Go and talk to all of the engaged members. Okay. So this is people who are, currently going through the course, who are interacting in any client groups, who are showing up to lives, who are showing up to Zooms, like the really active members in those other programs. Figure out a plan to ascend them up. That could be, again, into your flagship offer. It could be ascending them up to doing some one-to-one together, or it could be ascending them into a custom offer. Okay, I've written here you might need to drop your standards, but sometimes in business we need to do that for the sake of cash flow. I want to be really careful and explicit about what I mean here. I don't mean selling to people that you can't help, and I don't mean letting people into the fold who are going to ruin your business. What I mean here is quite often we'll help clients put like qualifiers in place, right? So if you're a business coach and you say, I only want to work with people who are already at $10,000 a month or already at $30,000 a month, you're obviously going to exclude a big chunk of your audience. And if you've got a certain skill set, just because you can help people at 30K who are already at 30K a month, you can probably already help people who are at 15K a month. And so lowering that barrier can open up a whole new audience. Okay, again, this is up to you if it's something that you want to do, but that's what I mean there in terms of lowering the qualification. I don't mean lowering the standards in terms of the types of people from a personality perspective and selling to people who are rude or aren't going to be enjoyable to work with. I mean lowering that qualifier just a little bit to open up the scope of the audience a little bit more. Okay. Along this same bucket, talk to all previous course members who aren't currently engaged and see if they want more help, right? So a lot of this is about thinking through all of the different buckets in your business and having a conversation with these people about what comes next, all right? You might think that these people won't buy things. I can promise you they will. If you have a conversation with them, find out where they're at and offer them more help. You're the leader. You know the path that they're going down. Offer to help them. Okay, so even if they aren't currently engaged, get in touch and say, hey, I wanted to see how things are going, wanted to see how we can help, right? Reach out to all previous low and mid-ticket buyers and try to get them into other programs, right? So this client in particular has, say, a $50 offer that they ran previously. They could move them up into the $1,000 course. They could move them up into the flagship offer. There's lots of opportunities here, but a lot of it is about creating that conversation and getting the back and forth going about where they're at and where they want to go. Again, you could pull out a custom offer here as well. Okay, so these are all really around existing and previous clients. The amount of people who I see that do not try and sell more stuff to their customers, to their clients, is genuinely staggering. This is your biggest asset. And the businesses that I walk into, I see hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars being left on the table. Okay, so start there. All right, they're going to be your best place to start. From there, we're going more into leads and into prospects and into audience members. But again, there's a hierarchy here because we've got people, for example, who we've sent out offers to that maybe didn't purchase, they ghosted us. You don't know what was going on in their life. The timing may just not have worked, right? So follow up with them. And I've written here, offer a seal the deal call if you have to. So the way we do things is we sell a lot in the DMs, but sometimes people have like one question, right? And they want to feel heard, and they want to make sure that that's 1,000% gonna that your program's 1,000% gonna help them. So we have a thing called a seal the deal call. Very different from like a 45-minute free strategy session. It's like a 10-minute chat, answer any quick questions, enroll, and get it done. So I've said, in the interest, we try to avoid these where we can, but in the interest of getting it done, offer it up if you need to. Okay, so go back to those people who've ghosted, who didn't purchase, but they've got an offer in their hands. Okay, moving further down this hierarchy. Reignite all dead and lapsed conversations where you didn't get to the point of putting an offer in front of them and push to those, okay? So these might be conversations that were in like a diagnostic phase. You're going back and forth about their current situation, their goals, challenges that they're facing, going from point A to point B, all these, and they've just died off. Follow up with them, okay? Reignite the conversation and move them to the point of making an offer, okay? Then now we can move even further back, right? Like, people aren't necessarily in a conversation yet, but they're really engaged in your world. They're opening your emails. They're watching your stories on Instagram, Facebook. They engage with all of your content. They comment on your YouTube channels, right? On your YouTube channel. All of these people who are hyper engaged with your content, they're doing that for a reason, right? They've got goals that they're trying to achieve. They got problems that they're trying to overcome. And there's a very real chance that you can help them do it. Otherwise, they wouldn't be wasting their time consuming your stuff. So get in touch with them. Okay, again, there's going to be people who go, I don't want to go outbound. We're talking about, a good, juicy cash influx into the business. Just do it, okay? So they're our warm outbound, okay? And then this will be for some people, this won't be for some people. But every new audience member that joins your Facebook group, that follows you on socials, for the next 30 days, if you want to go really hard on a push, get in touch with them personally. Find out where they're at, send them over to a YouTube video, an asset to help them out, to watch something, and then move towards an offer, okay? So really what we're doing here is, if you think about it, we're breaking down all of the different buckets of people in our audience, and one by one, we're moving through them, talking to them about where they're at, talking to them about where they want to go, and then where relevant, we're making an offer to upsell them, cross-sell them, extend them, right, to generate that cash influx. Okay, so you got previous clients, right? And then you've got the people in your audience and your pipeline who are fresh, hot, active, that we can move to an offer somewhat quickly. Okay. Beyond the scope of that, rally up your affiliates and and referrals. Okay. So you may have affiliates who promoted your stuff previously. Make them an offer. Bump up the commissions for a month. Add in prizes. Okay. Get creative with this kind of stuff. Rally referrals, right? Ask your previous clients. There's a Dan Kennedy quote that says your business would double overnight if every one of your existing clients referred you another client. Okay, now when you hear it, it sounds simple, but it's also very, very powerful. So work your way through your existing clients and see if they know anybody that might want to, insert whatever it is you help people with. Okay, you'll be very, very surprised who comes out. If you get good results for your clients, they'll be happy to share it. Okay, more publicly from a promotion perspective, one of the simplest things that you can do is run what I call a case study group. Okay, so whatever it is that you help people with, you can run a public promotion that says, hey, I'm taking on 3, 5, 10, depends on the size of your audience, depends on the price of your offer, depends on how much cash you're trying to bring in. Case study group of people to help them insert result. Okay, there's a lot of powerful psychological stuff going on here, but effectively what it means is that people get the opportunity to work more exclusively with you. It feels new, it feels different, it feels personalized, all these kind of things. Super effective to bring in a new influx of clients. So while you're doing all of this behind the scenes and pushing really hard, that's what you can be doing publicly as a promotion. I've got another YouTube video on my channel where I go into this in more detail. So I'll get the team to put that below as well. So make sure you're watching these supplementary videos too. And then just one extra point is, if you feel like you're getting static, and brands and businesses go through this, and you need to de-risk your offers a bit, consider a couple of options here. My client in this case is a business coach. So, adjust this accordingly to your industry, but you can have like a quasi performance type pricing structure. So it could be X dollars up front and then X dollars after result. That's one option. Or it could be X dollars now and you'll make back X dollars, you'll lose X kilos, X pounds, whatever, or it's free until you do. So there are a couple of different little de-risking mechanisms that you can do around price to make the offer more attractive to help with this push. Okay, so go and map this out for you. Go and figure out where all these people are in these different buckets. Get your hands dirty. push really hard for the next 30 days, and I'd be shocked if you didn't generate a big cash influx into your business. Okay, reach out to me on Instagram if you want to talk about joining my inner circle, where we help you map out your MRR offer so that you're stacking monthly recurring revenue in your coaching business. Help you get out of the free strategy session so that you get people coming to you and closing deals via the DMs. I'll personally help you map out your social ecosystem, get it growing daily on autopilot, lots of cool stuff. So if you want all the details about that, drop me a message on Instagram with the words inner circle, and I can talk to you more over there. But that's it for this one. Go and use this. Go generate a big cash influx, and I'll talk to you all soon. Cheers.